Christine, thank you so much for being here today, and obviously looking forward to the 48th annual Amway Riverbank Run that is happening this Saturday. You're no stranger to the Riverbank Run, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, talk a little bit about your experience. You've been a runner for quite some time now, and have been to the race a couple of times already. I mean, just your experience being here in Grand Rapids for the largest 25K road race in the entire country.
Well, I ran my first riverbank run in 1997,
Mhm.
and I was pregnant with my first daughter.
Wow.
So I ran that, and then I ran it a few more times, and then we moved over to the other side of the state. So I did live in Grand Rapids, and I worked in Grand Rapids as well. And I've just been running my whole life. After my second riverbank run, I ran the Chicago Marathon, and then it just kind of started there. And I just kept doing marathons and pushing my daughters in jog strollers with each baby, ran through every pregnancy. And last year, we decided to make doing the riverbank run a tradition with my three daughters because all three of them run now as well.
And what is it about the Riverbank Run that you really like? Obviously, you just said you've run in other bigger races, but what is it about the Riverbank Run that made you kind of decide that kind of making a family tradition to go year after year now?
I just love Grand Rapids. It's so beautiful there, and the race is very well organized as well, and it's just a beautiful run. I've Last year I did just the 10K, and this year I'll be doing the 10K as well, walking it. But it's just a beautiful race, and it's a very family-like race to me too. Kind of feels a little bit small town, and I always said that about Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids is it's a big city, but it's got a small family feeling to it too.
hmm And you touched on the family dynamic. I know every year families all tune in and show up to the race, whether they're all running it together or if one of them's running and they show up to support. You yourself are going to be joined by your daughters this time around. I mean, your daughters have kind of picked up that passion for running as well. I mean, what was that sort of something that came naturally to them, just kind of seeing you, or was it something that maybe you kind of wanted them to maybe venture over towards a little bit?
I might have pushed them a little bit when they were younger.
Right.
I had them do Girls on the Run in elementary school. The girls did junior high running as well. And when I moved to this other side of the state, I actually started a running club called the Dirt Road Divas. And there's about 20 or 30 women. And we all just, it was a camaraderie. We all had children about the same age. We'd meet at crazy times in the morning to run. And all of our kids, almost all of them, have running children as well because of it. And then my girls did dance for a little bit, and then they ended up wanting to try out for cross country in high school, and they continued that passion through their high school years as well. Became very amazing athletes. Each one of them went to states, which was pretty amazing to me. And I'm so proud of them. And my oldest daughter ran for Detroit Mercy Collegiate. And then my daughter Jessica and Ava were both on club at Grand Valley.
And Christine, obviously having that support system kind of at the race is one thing, but you also got a lot of support recently. A couple months ago, you suffered a heart attack, correct?
Correct.
Yeah,
I did.
I mean, just if you wouldn't mind, obviously I know it is a tough topic to discuss, but what was sort of that situation like, kind of when it happened?
Well, the month prior, I had severe fatigue. I was more tired than I've ever been, and we were kind of contributing to hormones. And I think it's just kind of what happens with women sometimes. It's just they think it's aging or hormones or whatever. And I contacted my physician, had an appointment in January, expressed my severe fatigue because I'm used to like going for a run and then going to a spin class and maybe lifting weights. And then after that, cleaning the house or running errands. Like, I'm not a person who usually needs to take a nap and lay down. And I felt like I'd have to keep stopping during the middle of a workout to catch my breath. But I really just thought I was just getting older. And my doctor ordered labs, and all my labs came back normal. So I just kind of contributed it all to getting older. And then the day before my heart attack, my blood pressure had been kind of low, and I do have high blood pressure. I had it since I had my daughters. Just a real small amount of blood pressure medicine, which is controlled, and I keep an eye on it. I eat really healthy. But that day I felt more fatigued than ever. I had written my physician, but I probably should have gone in. And I'm a healthcare worker myself
Hmm.
and should know better. But I just felt like, what was I going to say? Go into the emergency room and say, I just don't feel right. Something just seems wrong. I really couldn't put my finger on anything. But I woke up in the morning the following day, severely nauseated, was sick to my stomach, went to the bathroom, was sick, and then kind of just fell to the floor of my bathroom. And then I couldn't breathe. And I don't really know how long I laid there, but it felt like an eternity. And then I got a cold sweat. And I knew that I was having a heart attack. I had
Hmm.
to be having a heart attack. I was trained to know what a heart attack is. And I had to crawl to my bedroom to make the phone call because I didn't have the phone with me. And then I had to wait for the paramedics to come, which also felt forever. When I heard the sirens, I knew help was on its way, but I truly felt like I was going to die that day.
Hmm. And it wasn't even necessarily something that may have been on your radar as somebody, like you said, that's been training a lot, has been running a lot. I mean, it snuck up on you. It's not something that people would normally expect with somebody of your kind of health level, correct?
Right. I that didn't even cross my mind that it could possibly be my heart. I thought, it was anxiety. And a lot of things get pointed at anxiety as well. Oh, we'll take some Prozac or whatever. And it wasn't anxiety, it was truly my heart. And that whole situation was kind of surreal to me. I remember mostly everything. I remember getting picked up by the paramedics when they did the EKG on me. They were phoning in that it was a STEMI, which is a heart attack,
Hmm.
and they took me to the closest hospital. And I'm pretty sure that it was the cardiologist was literally at the doors of the emergency room. And for people who don't really understand the whole thing with the heart attacks, you have about 90 minutes from the onset of your symptoms to get a stent or to get that artery open. So time was of essence. I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know what kind of blockages it was or anything, but I was in severe pain. Nothing was making it better. I asked the medics if I was going to die. In the ambulance, I called my daughter because I wasn't sure if I was going to talk to anyone again. And when I got to the hospital, it just seemed crazy. Like everyone was grabbing at me, everyone was touching me, everyone was putting things on me, and IVs and poking me. And the next thing you knew, I was in the cath lab, and I don't really remember anything about the cath lab until afterwards. And the doctor was just like, this just does not make sense. I had a complete right coronary artery occlusion. It was 100% occluded. It was a plaque rupture, they said. So it's not like I had high cholesterol, which that was normal too. It was just more there. Everyone has a little bit of plaque in their arteries, and it just ruptured and created a complete occlusion in my arteries. So they stented that. He cleaned up some blood clots that were in there, and he said that I should be feeling so much better afterwards. He had no doubt I would be back to running again. And I spent 3 days in the ICU.
And just kind of describe that recovery effort. I mean, obviously, with having something like that, you go in kind of blind. You don't necessarily know what's going to be happening next. But the team at Corewell kind of helped you, one, on that day when you first got there, but then also with the recovery efforts, correct?
They were absolutely amazing. I couldn't have asked for better care, and I'm so grateful for them because they truly did save my life. They acted quickly, but also compassionately. And I'm a respiratory therapist, so I'm in these situations all the time. It is so different when it's you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so much different. But the doctor just kept telling me, you're going to be okay. You're going to come visit us. You're going to be okay. You're going to come visit us. I felt very focused on her words. My husband was there. I'm sure that that was extremely hard for him to see. The days in the ICU, I cried a lot, and I also felt pretty mad. I felt angry that I had done all these things to take care of my body, and I felt like it it wronged me.
Mm-hmm. Was there ever a moment though where maybe you were worried? I know the doctors were probably reassuring you that you would be back up on your feet, but did that ever cross your mind that maybe you wouldn't be able to do races like this again?
Absolutely. I really thought that my life was going to be completely altered, and it is definitely different. I mean, it's only been 3 months. I had my heart attack on February 6th, and so I mean it's only a little over 3 months, and I was starting to do intervals of jogging and cardiac rehab after 4 weeks. So they have you get on different exercise equipment and walk or use a bike or whatever, but they monitor your heart rate and stuff throughout it. And I really wanted to push myself because I wanted to see what my body could tolerate.
Mm-hmm. And now you're getting set to participate in the Amway Riverbank Run. I think I'm not the only person that's going to watch this and listen to your story and think that that is incredibly motivating, not just to actually get up off the couch and go run a race, but to do a lot of different things to kind of bounce back like you have. I mean, when you guys all decided that the Riverbank Run was something that you all wanted to do together, what was that conversation kind of like, knowing that you had just suffered the heart attack?
I said, we're going to make this a tradition. So we're going to do this every year. And, my girls are really fast. So they're not